At the Avenue. Alongside Greg Scalzo, Alex Strouf, and Kyle Wallace, here's Good Karma Brand's founder and CEO, Craig Karmazin.
And good morning. And welcome to the first post Giannis can't mention Giannis trade edition of the show.
Is that you can't mention the Giannis trade, or we can't mention the Giannis trade?
I think the Bucks can't mention the Giannis trade.
Okay.
Oh, am I the Bucks? No, I've
know.
been told I can't speak for the Bucks, so I can mention the Giannis trade.
Okay, all right.
Like I get those, like everyone who's a part of any NBA team, you get the thing, like making sure, especially like I'm sure we probably with all the Giannis stuff, like no one can speak for the organization besides like, John Horst
Strouf
or
and I
whatever.
totally know what you're talking about.
I'm saying like
I've received a few of those. Yeah.
no, but wouldn't that make sense if you're part of a think about like these ownership groups that have all these people. Like if you, it's not like you see them randomly all out there hosting shows and like giving their opinions on teams. Like it's kind of outrageous that I'm doing this and allowed to do this.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
Just the way you
concur.
approached it was like, like all these owners of all these teams, like we get this stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't know if that's super relatable to Strouf.
Well, now you know.
Okay, all right.
So the Bucks and Heat are engaged in, I guess, what is a trade, right? Because the person.
Do you want me just to take this? The Bucks have traded Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Miami Heat in exchange for 4 young players. 3 first-round picks and a pick swap. The first-round pick
And a second-round pick.
And a second-round pick. The picks coming in this year's draft at number 13, when the draft rights for Nate Ament are going to be transferred
Nate
over.
Ament.
I'm going to mess that up for a long time.
Yeah, I did for the first
Burries I've got. I've got.
Now,
but
what's the deal though on how he didn't trade Giannis yet? But Nate Ament could be at the press conference.
None of it makes sense, and it's one of those things that you wonder at this point that the NBA hasn't figured out how to clean this up during the draft broadcast.
I don't think it's like I want to talk to someone about it like at the league level, because I said on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I think it has to be an IRS thing. That's the only thing I can think of.
It's not the case in the NFL.
No, but the league year, because the league year ends on June 30th.
Sure.
So the thing is, if the trade was announced and happened, I don't know if the IRS could argue that it happened in the previous
your
year.
Books don't have to change. You could still present it in the way.
No, but I'm saying what the IRS might argue that the books are wrong because the trade happened at that time. And
but couldn't they already argue it? Like, it's been reported, it's been agreed to. Like, we're just window dressing this. Like,
I don't know. I'm not saying that's the answer. I'm just saying it's the only thing I can think of. No, I'm not trying to argue a
meet
side.
with the IRS and say, hey, look.
So are you
here's
saying
what
that
we
the
do.
NBA doesn't realize how dumb this is? Is that your point?
I think they realize how dumb it is, and yet
they haven't thought to fix it.
They clearly haven't. You're telling me there does not exist a solution.
I'm saying they haven't found it, and I think I could maybe help find it, but
Of
I also
course.
thought I could help the Giannis Bucks solution, and we see where that took us.
Yeah, so I'm saying that, like, at some point, we've been making fun of this for
All of a
30
sudden, we were
plus
doing
years.
analysis live in Miami.
Yes.
I thought I was going to save this thing.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
See how good that was.
Yeah. So you're saying next year we're going to be right back to the same place where teams are going to be
Not the
drafting
same place
players
we were
for other
last year on
teams.
July 1st, where you and I were there, and Giannis is saying, Mr. Craig, why are you trading all my friends?
Yeah.
And we were like, what's going on here? I thought this Giannis would be happy that we're trading for Miles Turner. What the heck's going on?
Yeah, none of it worked out. None of it worked out. So
It all worked out.
So maybe
we have a rebuilding team now.
So maybe
we have the team that basically, if you were at the Deer District and you are a real one who was like, I was there with the team through it all. I was there for Bino Udra, and I'm a real Bucks fan. This year is your year. Buy your season tickets now. Watch every game now. whatever you need to do to support the team, this is the opportunity for you to show as a Wisconsin sports fan, because you are a real one. Because, by the way, the Packers have, and there's no way you can't be a bandwagon Packers fan, because the Packers haven't been bad in 50 years.
Well,
and the same thing is true with the Brewers. They haven't had a losing season. This is your chance. This single team this year is going to be your chance to show you are a real sports fan, because this team is going to play hard, and this is going to be a foundation of something unlike what we have seen in Wisconsin sports in at least a decade.
You seem to be doing well.
I think that I'll take a couple of things off.
Are there
of that.
different stages of grief?
Yeah, I think there's 5 of them, and I'm not sure which one. I can't pinpoint where you're
I'm at
between
the-
IRS talk and now trying to sell season tickets just 6 minutes into the show.
I'm at the last year was so miserable, and this year is going to be so exciting.
Yeah, they'll win more than 32 games.
No,
this
I
year.
don't. I don't know that.
I
I don't. Again, to me, I have no idea on the wins and losses.
I think there's a couple of things. One, we've established that you shouldn't get involved with the NBA IRS discussion. I think
Okay.
we know that that's probably not the right move.
I'm not opposed to that. if that's the resolution, I'm not going to contest that.
2, I agree with you, and I think it's important for Bucks fans to realize that there's no benefit for the Bucks to being bad this year. Like, I think there's this idea that it's like, oh, it's a tank year. They
Yeah.
don't have their own draft pick in 2027.
Correct.
So it's not like this is a team that is actively going to be trying to tank the way that you saw maybe allegedly the Utah Jazz do last year, other teams do last year. Like, there's no benefit for them to be bad. They
I
are
like
going to work
allegedly.
hard.
Like, these teams were literally
Fine for
trading
doing-
for players and then sitting them.
the Washington
and,
Wizards.
And then a
yes.
player would be playing well, and they'd bench them for the second half. Yeah.
But so, like, I agree with you. This team's going to fight hard. They're
Well,
going to play hard.
The one thing I'll say of why the Bucks could be incentivized to not be bad, but it's one of the things I haven't been able to fully wrap my head around is, like, if you're Taylor Jenkins, is you want to get your young players as much experience and as much opportunity as possible.
Yeah.
But you also have no incentive to lose, and you want them to win. So, like, you know,
You've also seen healthy organizations do that the right way. When
Yeah.
you throw your best young players into a bad system when they're not ready, and I'm not saying his system is bad. I'm
but
saying a bad
like,
team.
Let's just say it's week. It's game 58.
Yeah.
And you have a chance to win, and you could have Brandon Burries in at the end of the game, and maybe you lose because he learned something that he hasn't learned before, and the team, that game may not be the difference. I'm saying, like, every single game, but I'm saying every game
Winning begets winning.
will
Like,
be
winning
developed.
cultures-
Right. That's what I'm saying. But every game will be exciting because it's developmental. Everyone's gonna be playing their ass off, like, in a way that, like, they're fighting for minutes. Like even just figuring out who's gonna make the roster is gonna be tough.
There's
Like,
17 guys on there right
yeah,
now. Yeah.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, Summer League's going to be exciting, but I think that is ultimately, you know, my point is that they are going to be trying to win. And I think that when you are trying to win, it benefits your players more than just playing your young players. That's what bad organizations do. That's what the Kings have done forever. That's what the Wizards did forever. It's just like, oh, we got to get these guys the Nets, you know, like they just don't care about actually winning in their they I think faux experience, which isn't always positive.
Right. Like, you're
experience.
saying the Wizards have had, like, good young players, let's say for 3 years now, but they've been, like, weirdly, like, playing, but in an environment where they're trying to lose.
I think Giannis developed around veteran players and other guys in a way that showed him what winning basketball was, allowed him to make mistakes. But even going back to those Jared Dudley days, those teams ultimately that were like 8 seeds and 7 seeds.
The
Bucks
Jason
fans,
Kidd coach, Michael Carter Williams.
Yes, like
even Brandon Knight.
they were
like, you know.
trying to win, and it showed what, like, winning basketball was and wasn't. Like, I think that's where you're going back to, and that's my last point off of your what an era, off of your Packers point. What amazes me about Wisconsin sports fans is their inclination to say how much they don't want the Bucks to be a team that's like in that 6, 7, 8 range. And yet the Packers are that team and have been that franchise for how long?
No.
Yes, they have been.
They've been a 1 seed like every year with Aaron. Like it's just been
Every
the last few years they've been a 7 seed.
The last 4 years, they haven't
But
been
in the
higher than a 7 seed
I
in
know,
the NFC.
but the Seahawks, like,
But
if the
that's
Seahawks
the
lost
team-
their last game, they would have been a 7 seed and they won the Super Bowl. Like, year in, year out, the Packers.
They haven't won a division in how long, Strouf?
Oh, come on. Greg, you're
the
saying
NFC North, they haven't won their own division.
if Tucker
been 5
Kraft,
years.
if they don't have injuries against Denver, they're probably the 1 seed last
Craig,
year.
if I was 6'3", I could dunk a basketball. Like, it just doesn't happen.
Do you think Greg could at 6'3"?
No,
I can jump.
No,
At 6'3"?
What's
I
your,
think
what's
we
your
can-
vertical
All
like?
right, maybe
'Cause
6'5".
I'm
Yeah.
6'3".
Maybe 6'5".
I was just
I
saying,
don't have a vertical.
I'd be up
Maybe
for trying
6'5".
this because we can
Yeah.
figure out how close you get now with
Let's
technology and
go
AI.
6'5", yes.
Yeah.
Well, when I was young, too. I'm 37 years old now. It's a little bit different.
So now you're still saying at 6'5" you could dunk a
No, I
basketball.
could have dunked a basketball at 6'5". No.
Okay.
I mean, Strouf's like 6'5". He can't even touch the net. I don't think.
6'3". I could touch the net, I think.
Okay.
It's been a while.
All right.
Those springs don't
I'm
work
just
real
saying,
well.
I've decided that Packer fans suck.
Me?
No, you're not a Packers fan.
Why do Packers fans suck?
Listening to you and Wilde yesterday's trophy, I decided Packers fans don't like Keyshawn Nixon. I just learned this.
He could be a little irritating.
If Packer fans don't like Keyshawn Nixon, then I don't like Packers fans.
So you have an affinity for Keyshawn Nixon, is what I'm learning.
Like
Yeah.
Keyshawn Nixon, like, you should
He's
love
just
the
fi-
guy.
He's just
Yeah,
fine.
I'm saying
He's a great
I'm saying-
story.
no, you could be mad at the Packers about Keyshawn Nixon, but Keyshawn Nixon came to the Packers as like a nothing, right?
Yeah, it's a great story.
No. Okay, wait. Okay, so came as nothing, and wasn't even a return guy. Became the best return guy in the NFL, right?
A little heavy-handed on
That
that.
year.
Became a top return guy, I
That
would
year.
say.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. An
Sure.
elite return guy in the NFL. And then he was like, oh, I'm going to be a defensive back. And everyone laughed at him. Do you remember that offseason, Strophy?
Yeah.
He was laughed at. And has he been a viable cornerback in the NFL? Like, did he start ever at cornerback?
He started every game, yeah.
Oh, and was he like their third like slot corner? Or what was he?
He was their number one corner.
He was there. So, and when he started playing corner that same year, he was still the return guy.
The first year, yeah.
Yeah. And so you figure, okay, so he's the top return guy and the number one corner. What do number one corners get paid in the NFL? $20 million a year?
more than $4 million. Yeah.
20 million maybe?
Yeah, roughly.
And what do a top return guy gets $3 or $4 million also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the Packers have rewarded him by doing what?
Nothing.
Okay, the Packers haven't done anything for him.
Not yet.
Now, should he be a number one corner? Maybe, maybe not. No. So is that his fault?
No.
Okay.
It's Packers' fault.
And so Packers fans don't love him for what reason?
The fact that Caleb Williams burned him on multiple occasions.
It's like,
And then he led the team in penalties.
But
so isn't he still your best quarterback?
Yeah, but it's not his fault.
Right,
I'm not
that's
mad
what
at
I'm
him for
saying.
that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so be mad at the organization
No, I agree
for
with
him
you on
being
that.
the number one. Like, Keyshawn Nixon should be loved. Like, he's this grind. He's self-made. Oh, and the fact that he didn't want to do returning while being number one corner, while being paid, a nickel on what he should be getting paid, and the team doesn't want to extend him. So he was right to think that way.
How did we get here? Where'd this come from?
He listened to your show
I
yesterday.
listened to you listened
to
at
Wilde.
Summerfest, yeah.
Wilde gave kind of the same breakdown.
Hold on. So now are you putting all this on Wilde? You don't want to own any of that opinion of yourself? You want no shares of the anti-Keyshawn Nixon?
I'm anti him as the number one corner. He's a fine player.
No, and I believe Alex's name was first on when I listened to it. It was like, you're listening to the State of the Packers with Alex Strouf first. I don't know if he wrote the liners to put his name first.
I did not write those liners. No, they also said listen on Wisconsin On Demand. R.I.P. The whole Keyshawn Nixon
I didn't
thing.
catch that, by the way.
That's well
I
done.
did not catch that.
Wait, so who was that? Was that Will?
No, that predates Will for sure.
Oh,
No,
this
it
was
was like
just
an
an
old-
old
This
liner.
is old. I'm talking probably 4 years old. Now,
Wait, but back to the Bucks anyway. That was why I don't like
Okay.
Packers fans today. And
Wilde
that's
will join us at 10:30. I think this is an interesting conversation.
well, Wilde's with me on that.
No, I know he is.
Yeah.
And I thought his spiel on it was good. So
Yeah.
anyway, are you okay?
I'm great.
Are you sure?
I am so motivated for this season and so excited for Taylor Jenkins. I'm telling you, it's like Barry Alvarez. Like, buy your tickets now because soon you're not gonna be able to get them. And in all seriousness, I really do feel like there were 4 or 5 nights last year at Fiserv Forum that I legitimately was like sad. in the building.
I think I was there for 3 of them. It's like that Monday night Boston Celtics game was the most depressing Celtics game ever, where they didn't start a single guy that mattered, and the Celtics just ran circles around him.
You're saying the Celtics didn't start?
The Celtics didn't start anybody that mattered. It was just like,
well,
I think Derek White was still there. Yeah, Derek White was still there.
He played for like 2 quarters.
Yeah,
and
that's all they needed.
And then it was like there was 2 behind the
but it
basket
was like
sections
somehow
that
every
were empty.
shot the Celtics missed, it was like they knew where the offensive rebound was going to go to.
The stadium was 35% full. It was depressing.
But we played that game at the Bradley Center, so that was why it was kind of weird also. Like, didn't you feel like you were at like an old school? Yeah. There were some games like that where there was just like a sadness in the building that I hadn't felt since Fiserv Forum opened. And part of it I truly felt like was Giannis not emanating the love. And there was actually a game I was going to talk to Giannis about it afterwards, just to ask him about where his head was in terms of his love of basketball. And, I try not to talk to Giannis almost ever. And so I was going to try to talk to Giannis because I was watching him play, and I was like, God, he is not showing any of the love of the game that I've never seen him play a game like this game I'm watching right now. And maybe it was the second game. One I was watching on TV, the Wizards game on the road. I was like, God. And then I was watching this home game, and I was like, Giannis is not showing any of the love of basketball. And then I realized it was the Denver Nuggets home game, and he had literally played the entire game with like this unbelievably painful lower leg injury, and he had willed us back from like a 19-point deficit. It was the game Kyle Kuzma missed the almost half-court shot at the buzzer to lose the game, and I'm like, God, Giannis is unbelievable. Giannis is so unbelievably good, and that's the thing that I'll end this segment with, which is, as excited as I am about this new era, to have a team that is aligned with a coach who I'm so excited about, a team that we're going to love and be excited about. What we got to witness in Giannis for over a decade is just so special. And I hope we never took for granted every night what he brought to the building and what he brought to this city, the economy, the values that our kids learn from watching him, like all of the things that the Antetokounmpo family did and how they did it is just such a once-in-a-lifetime thing that I hope all the stories, the behind-the-scenes Journal Sentinel and ESPN, and, hopefully people understand why this was such a complicated breakup now, but it doesn't take away any of the special things we all felt that we never would have felt if it hadn't been for Giannis. And the story of where he came from and what shaped him and how he approached everything as a rookie on through the process of becoming a league MVP. At first, the most improved player in the league, and an all-defensive team, defensive player of the year, and then an MVP, and then a champion. And, even the series that came after, that Celtics series where we lost in 7 without Chris, like the amount of special moments along the way. I'll even say it. The series he played last year against the Pacers when we lost in 5, when he almost dragged us. If it was a historic loss, the way we lost Game 5, I think we win Game 6. And then are you betting against Giannis in Game 7? Like, the way, just what he did and who he was and how he played was so special, which is why it's pretty funny to me when people are writing off the Heat. They're going to be a problem because Giannis is going to be motivated. He's going to be rested, and good luck to him and his family and everything. They're special people, and so special for us to have been a part of their lives for the last decade plus.
Well said.
Wanted to make sure I got that part in also. So we have a lot to talk about today, as we said. Wilde's coming up in about 10 minutes. We have further thoughts on this Bucks team. We have the Cubbies in town for another one as the Brewers and Miz. Is it possible that every single start he's going to break some record or do something we've never seen before?
He's going to get to 109 by the end of the year.
I don't know what's possible at this point. It didn't feel like it was possible to really get over 101 for ever.
He said he slipped and could have gone faster on 105.5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought last year was going to be the peak of him throwing
that hard,
right?
yeah.
Right, because then it'd be like now, because even in the postseason, it was like, oh, he's become more of a pitcher now. He's all this off-speed stuff, these 98-mile-an-hour off-speed pitches that he's throwing. Like, it is amazing, and we'll talk about all of it. It is a special, special time to be a Wisconsin sports fan, especially now because you have the chance to show you're a real one also. It is Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
And I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous no small print warranty yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
ESPN Wisconsin's Game Nights will here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Homer here. I've been on this journey since January and have already lost 27 pounds and on my way to at least 30. What I love most is how safe and easy this program has been. No complicated plans, just real results that fit into everyday life. If you've been looking for a weight loss program that really works, this is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into The Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2 right here on 94.5 ESPN.
You're listening to ESPN Milwaukee on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Oh, we continue on Sunday Karma, where some have said Wisconsin needs a therapist right now. So we bring in Terrell. You're on Sunday Karma. Morning, Terrell.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. You're a behavioral therapist?
Yeah, I work in behavioral health. I'm telling you, it's been sickening the last days since they finally went on and trading Giannis. For me, I think it was maybe well over a year overdue that it should have happened. And maybe I'm in front of it because I've heard so much outcry from people, and that's understandable when you're going through grief and things like that. I get it. But I dealt with it over a year ago. It came to a time where I'm like, why don't they trade him already? Because you can tell the relationship has deteriorated. Okay, it's fine. I didn't want to see it be as messy as it got. And, of course, it did. But, I mean, people are just going overboard. And I feel like that piece that was on him, it was so convenient that they put a piece out once he's gone. And it felt like a hit job, kind of Dan Gilbertish to me. And I just think it's very low class. Like, it's like we forget everything that he did for this city, everything he did for the Bucks. We were a perennial playoff team for over 10 years. That has never happened in the franchise, at least since I've been living. They're pretty good in the 80s. And, of course, they won a championship with Lou Alcindor in the 70s. But, I mean, all through the 90s, all through the thousands for the most part. And to be honest, we had a short stint with Ray Allen and them. That wasn't nowhere near 10 years. What was it, 1, 2, 3, maybe 2 first round? And then we had the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, one conference finals. And literally, Terrell, you're looking at a 6-year period where we had the best record in the NBA, right? Like, so yeah, this was a dominant period. I think it's interesting that you look at it as a hit piece because Steve O texts in, all of Craig's pontification about Giannis doesn't erase his abhorrent behavior toward his team and fans. Local sports writers ran interference for Giannis instead of doing their job and telling fans the truth. Where's the integrity? And I think, Terrell, you're right that if this happened a year ago, it could have ended at a time before it got messy. But I think if that happened at that time, fans would have been like, how could you just trade Giannis, this guy who was dedicated to Wisconsin and Milwaukee, who never would have asked for a trade? How could you trade him? And I think, the Bucks organization felt like the closest path they had and we had to a championship was with Giannis. So I think the idea
you thought the Bucks also ultimately were like, let's have another kid and maybe it'll work out. Let's stretch Dame and sign Miles Turner and maybe it'll solve everything.
Well, I'm
being serious, a last ditch effort.
But I think the Bucks, as was documented, met with Giannis on May 28th last year, and we were with him pretty soon after, and asked Giannis, did he want to be there and all that? And I think they only did the moves they made because they believed that the stuff they were hearing in the noise was only noise and that Giannis was committed to the team and did want to be there, which obviously, he seemingly didn't after the Miles Turner and all that deal happened.
Well, but I would also say that if they won this year, then the tune has changed, right? If Kevin Porter Jr. doesn't get hurt, if Giannis stays healthy, if they're maybe put together a little bit more strategically in terms of how they run an offense with Miles Turner and they win, everything could have changed.
Yeah, so Terrell, you felt like the stuff you were reading was, basically the organization trying to make sure to own the narrative there, and that was a little bit of a hit piece, you're saying.
Yeah, because let's just be honest. If he decides to change his mind and sign an extension, do you think that comes out? It's a question. Do you think that comes out? If Giannis, if they make it better, they say, okay, we're going to go find another star and we're going to add pieces to your liking, and then you're going to be a Milwaukee Buck forever, and you're going to sign what's his name. Do you believe that comes out? That's why I say it's convenient. it's like a hit piece, and that's why I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's why fans have a distrust for media, because it's like it's all about narratives. It's all about, well, we're not gonna post this now because it's not gonna. It's like it's just trying to convey a message or trying to portray a message, and you don't like it either way. That's the way I look at it. I don't know how other fans is, but listen, I'm glad they did what they did. I believe in the Bucks. I'm going to support the Bucks in this rebuild. I like the two guys they drafted, but I'm also going to root for Giannis to win more championships. And that's just the way I am, because I don't hate Giannis because of how this ended. I mean, let's just be honest. Marriages deteriorate. This was a marriage that deteriorated over years ago. Once they fired Bud, you can see the downhill that it went to. And that's just what it is. That's the way I deal with grief. That's the way I deal with – and everybody's different. Some people are going to get mad and have fits, tantrums, and they're going to say some very hateful things. Just not me. So
yeah,
that's how I'm
Terrell, the one thing I would say from my take is, from where I watch, again, I would say Drew, I don't think it really, like, I don't think the Giannis stuff, I think the Drew thing, from my view, was where it started. And by the way, I was the biggest Drew fan, but I thought that trade from a basketball standpoint made a lot of sense. So there's so much we could all look back on. But Terrell, I appreciate it. That's really, really good perspective and thoughtful look at this. So thank you so much for the call. Yeah, that is interesting. And that is, he hit us up on the Carbless Talking text line. You can too, 800-990 ESPN. It's 800-990-3776. Less is more. Carbless, handcrafted premium cocktails. Talking about hoops. Talking about, can Greg Scalzo dunk if he was 6'5"? Way we could check it out is, because basically with my basketball system, my Dominator system from Precision Sports, we could lower that by, so how tall are you? 5'9", 5'10"?
5'7".
5'7", yes. Okay. Woof. So if you're 6'5", so that means we just need to lower the rim by 10 inches so we can bring it down.
Well, I'm also, again, 37 years old at this point.
We'll bring it down to 9'2", and we'll see if you can dunk on a so you're.
I believe in you.
So at 37, are you saying
I want? He can't even dunk at 9'2", I think.
Oh, sure I can.
Okay, so we'll see if both of you can dunk on a 9'2" rim. The only reason it's possible is because I worked with Precision Sports. It's custom. That's the beauty of it. You're going to do something at your house. They do indoor courts. They do outdoor courts. They paint the lines for you. They figure out exactly what the right system is for you. Like, you probably didn't even think something like this existed. You probably think if you want to put a basketball hoop up, you got to go to a sporting goods store and just take it home and then figure out what to do. If you put it up against the side of your house, or if it's portable, or if it's fixed into the ground, if you have to get a sport court, or if you want to paint the lines, Precision Sports does it all, right? That's a pretty amazing thing. And the beauty of it is they will do a free meeting with you, and they'll give you a free quote. That's the beauty of it. And, I've now done multiple basketball courts with them and hoops with them over the years, and they really do an amazing job. And I couldn't more highly recommend anyone. So if you are looking for it, go to PrecisionSportsOnline.com today. That's PrecisionSportsOnline.com today. Jason Wilde will come in next. He and I will defend Keyshawn Nixon. Now, I don't know if this only has to do with because Wilde wrote a Mother's Day piece with him. So I got to figure out if like Wilde's as on board with my argument, or if he's really just like loves him because he's got the soft connection to him now. But either way, we'll figure it out with Jason Wilde. He's up next. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
Selling your home is more than putting a sign in the yard. It's about having the right team beside you. I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams. We help relieve unnecessary stress with our team's expert listing process, strong negotiation skills, and fast, clear communication. Our white glove service experience is provided at every price point at every step of the way. Start your home journey today by searching online, Tony Wendorf. Tony Wendorf & Associates, a real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Your premier Michigan golf getaway includes rounds at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Book Monday through Wednesday for best availability. Savor elevated dining and unwind at the full-service Drift Spa between rounds. Grab quick bites in the expanded Sage Run Clubhouse or refresh overlooking the 9th and 18th at Sweetgrass. It's all part of an unforgettable golf experience at Island Resort and Casino. Plan your getaway at islandresortgolf.com.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Looking for a better spot for your next team outing or client meeting? Welcome to Veer North, Milwaukee's upscale sports bar, designed for more than just game day. It's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Strouf. Veer North, located on Milwaukee's east side, your go-to for catching the big game, happy hour, or your next group outing. This is more than your average sports bar. Elevated food, craft cocktails, and a modern atmosphere. Perfect for off-site meetings and entertaining clients. And when the game's on, you've got the best seat in the house. Veer North, Milwaukee's east side destination for business and game day alike.
Tracy Lawrence for the U.S. Air Force.
We all have tough choices we have to make. Life just works that way. I remember when I was getting ready to move to Nashville to pursue my dream, I packed my 10-year-old Toyota Corolla with 250,000 miles on it and hit the road. It was a tough choice, but the right one for me. If I decided to take what seemed like an easier road, I never would have achieved my dream. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
We don't just cover the green and gold. We cover the green and gold. Your home for Green Bay football talk on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Continue on Sunday Karma. Oh, how about this text? One question was, I'm not leaving a lie or not. Defend your answer without being a horrible suck-up. That comes from Nathan. I assume that's directed at me, and I will be happy to answer that and more. But first, we talk Green Bay Packers with Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason.
How we doing?
Good. By the way, another W last name, along with Jason, Kyle Wallace, stopped by Summerfest during the State of the Packers show that Alex Strouf, Jason Wilde, and Gabe Neitzel were doing yesterday, which doesn't seem odd because, of course, Kyle Wallace would support, from from Kyle and Brust every afternoon here on ESPN Wisconsin. So why would that be weird that he would show up to Summerfest during that broadcast? It was literally hours before his wedding, and he just popped over alone to Summerfest to the remote broadcast. Scals, is that shocking to you?
His explanation was, I've been coming to Summerfest for 20-something years in a row, and this was the only time I had available this year to make it to Summerfest and keep the streak alive.
Like 10 days.
No, but he's going on his honeymoon after.
All right. He couldn't go on Thursday night?
No,
Apparently
he was
not.
preparing like he was preparing.
So
I guess
Thursday
not.
night had more preparation than the day of his wedding.
He walked around the grounds
weekend
for
before?
10 minutes.
He said he did 18 minutes at Summerfest. So, Wilde, were you shocked when you saw Kyle on his wedding day just ambling up to your remote broadcast?
Yes, I don't know if it was Strouf that saw him first or me, but we both had the same reaction, which was flat out shock. Like, I knew it was his wedding day. I had actually picked up my materials from Strouf at his apartment, and he had said that he was going to drive separately. We offered him a ride to the grounds, and he said, no, I got to get out of here quick. I'm going to Kyle's wedding. And so I knew this was the big day from talking to those guys during the week.
Wait, was
Strouf
Strouf dealing Wilde drugs? Like, what's going on? I'm picking up material
Don't
from
worry about it, Craig. Material.
Strouf's before the
parking passes,
okay.
media credential. Et
That's
cetera.
less juicy than what I was thinking. All right.
Sorry to
Well, you don't know what else
disappoint.
is in
Yes,
the envelope, to be fair.
True.
Apparently neither do I, because I took the things that I needed out and then I threw it away. So I hope it wasn't anything valuable. Yes, it was awesome to see him. I am the same way about wanting to keep streaks alive. My Summerfest streak ended a few years back, and then once we brought back the State of the Packers, I was able to start a new one. But yeah, I was that guy that when it used to be 11 straight days, I would go 10 of the 11 days because there's always some live music act that I want to see, and I miss those days, but now I'm just the old fat guy walking around the grounds like other middle-aged people.
I won't touch that at all. Jason, you made me dislike Packers fans yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm so down on Packers fans because I did not realize, like, maybe I'm not on the chat boards or the whatevers. Like, I assumed Keyshawn Nixon was, like, beloved by Packers fans because he's been like my favorite Packer, like because what he's done to me is so awesome. Like to come in as the undrafted, unheralded, become a Pro Bowler, and then I just remember like everyone laughing at him. Like you can't be a corner, like just because you decide like you're not going to be like a starting corner, and then he becomes the number one corner, and he still was the return man that year. And, like, it's not like the team rewarded him. Like, they're like, okay, like, just keep doing it. And he's been the number one corner and obviously stopped returning and is still making as much money as he was making, like, as a return guy. And, like, I found out that he's not the, like, most appreciated, beloved player in the organization by fans. And I'm like, what do fans actually want from this guy? Like, I get it. He's not, like, you know, Darrelle Revis. But, like, you know, I mean, it's not his fault. Like, Wilde, should I hate Packers fans over this? Because I'm disliking Packers fans, and I'm starting to almost think I should hate Packers. How do you not love Keyshawn Nixon?
Yeah, and as you know as well as I do, that, you know, the fan base is not a homogeneous group that everyone feels one specific way. But the amount of fans that dislike Keyshawn, I mean,
Can we do Can we do a poll? Like, or have we done a poll? Like, because is it maybe this 10% on X that don't? I mean, Strophy, do we know for sure? Strophy, can we do a poll on YouTube or something? Because I want to know. Because maybe I'm being unfair. Because it's just like
you just want to do simply. Do you like Keyshawn Nixon? Yes or no?
I guess. Is there, Greg? Is that what I'm really asking?
I guess. I mean, I think that.
Are you a Keyshawn Nixon fan? Do you appreciate? Do you appreciate? Wilde, you're the writer. How should we word this?
I thought your simple approach was the best one. Do you like Keyshawn Nixon or not?
Okay, that's fair.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Because I would say I think it's more than what I estimate at the 1/3 of people who are Packers fans who are anti-Matt LaFleur. I talked to Ed Policy after they extended those guys. And Bill Huber from Sports Illustrated had done one of the few remaining polls that I've seen on Twitter that actually caught viral nature. And he had, I think, almost 18,000 votes. And there was, I think it was about 33% of those who voted didn't like Matt LaFleur. And I think it's probably around the same number with Keyshawn Nixon. But what you just said,
Jason, I will advise, by the way, when we did that survey, the people who said they liked Matt LaFleur, a lot of them were Bears fans, just for the record. So I don't know, I don't know what the population who was, who Bill Huber had, because
a non-scientific poll for
yes,
sure.
Exactly.
But I think, even when we posted that clip where I look into the camera and Gabe helped. Gabe had a great show yesterday. I mean, he was phenomenal. Strouf, you were excellent too. I have
that was such an afterthought. By the way,
no. Wilde, while I was listening, he was almost like talking about Gabe pitching a perfect game, where he was like going to jinx it.
Gabe was excellent.
Yeah, he was. It was like watching the Miz pitch. But at one point we look into the camera and we talk directly to Packers fans, and again there were people that responded that were just so anti Keyshawn Nixon. And later on, after that clip on social ends, is exactly what you just said. Like, I said this to Strouf, like, he should be the kind of guy that everyone is like, God, look at this self-made NFL player who not only was undrafted, but also, like, barely played in Oakland/Las Vegas, and then comes to the Packers on a veteran minimum deal and becomes a first-team All-Pro returner 2 years running, and then becomes a slot corner, and then becomes a starting corner, and then becomes your number one corner. And I understand, if you're a Packers fan, you would like someone who is a better corner to be your team's number one corner. But who does that fall on? It doesn't fall on Keyshawn Nixon. So if you don't think he's good enough to be a number one corner, I don't understand why people are mad at Keyshawn Nixon. But they don't like the fact that he said once he became a starter that he didn't want to return kicks anymore. They didn't like that. They thought that he should just be happy to have a job and do what he's told to do. And then that play at the end of the game when they lose the playoff game to Chicago, again, there's a goal line camera angle, and then there's the one from behind. And I would argue, and Keyshawn Nixon haters will not like it, but it's pretty clear that, is it Monangai that scores the touchdown there? Like, he's not, if he meets him, he's meeting him a yard into the end zone. So I understand people were mad that it looks like he turns down a tackle. It certainly is not good optics for him. But the level of vitriol that people send his direction, I don't understand it either.
Chatting with Jason Wilde, early poll. Do I have to vote to be able to see it? All right, I'm voting. There's 7 votes in.
What are you voting?
I like Keyshawn Nixon.
Okay,
There's any question on that? All right, let's see. It is now 50-50. So over half of Packers fans who had voted before me. Now, again, we don't know if there's Bears fans in there corrupting our pure data there. We're at 50% on each side in terms of the love of Keyshawn Nixon there. So, Jason, as we turn, by the way, is there a chance you're overly biased toward Keyshawn Nixon? Because I heard you said we're not friends, but we're kind of close to friends, is what it sounded like you said.
We have a good. No, I really like. Look, there are certainly guys that I disliked, and even they were people that I still worked very hard to cover accurately and fairly. And I'm not like, if I was Keyshawn Nixon and I were good buddies, I would probably be trying to talk about how he's underrated, of how good of a player he is. Like, look at the data from Pro Football Focus and the grading. He is not a top-flight number one corner. I would never argue that. The point that one of the many great points that Gabe made yesterday was that he's underpaid for a middle-of-the-road number 2 corner in the NFL. And
so when they're doing that, right? Like, isn't the point like why should he also be returning? Isn't that like irresponsible to like his own body and like for the team to be doing that at that point?
Yes.
Now again, if it's a playoff game, if it's a playoff game and all that, then I'm saying like, hey, you got to kind of go all in.
And he would too.
Yeah.
But again, we have said this. I know I have about Jaden Reed. He's too valuable to be returning kicks. And why is it okay to say that about Jaden Reed, who was their leading receiver 2 straight years?
Now, Packer fans love Jaden Reed, right? Stroufy,
right?
Please
That's
don't.
Why?
Please, well, he should. I mean, the fact that he played last year, like, he's another one I love, right? Like, Keyshawn Nixon, Jaden Reed, to me, are like the emblematic of Wisconsin work ethic, Midwest. Oh, Scalzo's rolling his eyes.
No, I'm just laughing at you, trying to like, it's. Yeah, I mean, yes, of course, they should be. But, like, Packers fans, by and large, I think, love most of their players. I think what we're talking about here is a displaced frustration in Keyshawn Nixon. The fact that their cornerback room isn't, good enough, that gets put on their top corner who shouldn't be their top corner.
So you're saying it's ultimately just the Jeff Jenkins, like, thing?
Yes.
Like where the best player, like people would be mad at Richie Sexton or Jeff Jenkins. Like, oh, they're not good enough for us. But like, wait, no, they're good enough. It's just like there aren't like
There's
5 other
parts
good
of
guys
the Packers
around them.
organization that seem supremely protected, whereas other parts are easily criticized. And we heard it earlier. Strouf said it before. Well, Keyshawn Nixon got burned twice by Caleb Williams, so that's why fans don't like him. But he's still your best cornerback.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's misplaced frustration.
Where would you vote on this, Stroufy? And don't be guilted by all of the things you're hearing.
I like Keyshawn Nixon, but I'm frustrated he's the best corner. That shouldn't be his role. That's what frustrates
Does that always come across in how you talk about him?
The only thing I said about Keyshawn Nixon yesterday was, is he gonna hold out or not? Because he should make more than $4 million.
By the way, I think we have it right here. This is great. And the talk and text line on me. Carbless should be mad at me. I should have been hyping up this because these are the opinions we were looking for. By the way, I went for opinions on YouTube. No slight to y'all on YouTube right now, but it was like, oh yeah, the Bucs should trade Miles Turner and Kyle Kuzma for Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell wants out of Cleveland. I was like, wait, can I send that into the league office right now? That would be and I would never want to trade any players from our team, of course. So on the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-3776 for Carbless handcrafted cocktails. Chef Ed says, I despise Nixon. They keep jelly on the sideline because he's always toast, and his temper continues to cost us 15 yards, says Chef Ed. And then Steve O says, Keyshawn Nixon epitomizes what the Packers used to be about, tough, underdog, resilient, kind of the opposite of LaFleur. Yes, for Keyshawn. Then Kevin says, I would imagine most of the dislike for Nixon comes from his constant taunting and trash talking. Like, I feel like
I want my cornerbacks to be taunting and trash talking,
right?
Not to get penalized, but like that is part of being a great cornerback.
He led the team in penalties last year. That's the issue.
With how many? Like 8 or something?
Yeah,
like,
probably 8 or
like
9.
In the NFL,
I don't know off the top
like
of my head.
when the NFL, when you see those numbers, you're like, oh, this guy gets called for holding all the time. And you're like, oh, he had 6 on the year? Like, that's like, like it's not that material to that many games, I would think, right?
I think that's probably fair. I don't know. Let me look it up.
By the way, right now, the no's outnumber the yeses on the YouTube poll on Keyshawn Nixon, including my vote.
I got to be honest, I
I
didn't realize he was such a lightning rod.
Yeah.
I just kind of thought he existed.
Man. No, I knew immediately when we started talking about him yesterday that would be the topic that got the most reaction.
Which is fascinating.
And I was not surprised at all that when we posted that clip that was what occurred.
Oh, I didn't I didn't realize. Did the clip even explode? Because I was listening to it live. I didn't realize the clip went kind of viral and exploded.
The only reason I brought up Nixon is because $4 million for a top corner is crazy. Yeah. And he owes it to himself to at least hold out or hold in or try.
And he's not. And again, I would argue, and this is what I mean when I say that I don't have a bias in support of him. Like if he, let's say we were close enough for him to come up to me in the locker room and say, "What do you think I should do?" I would say, "Dude, you can withhold your services if you want, but it's not going to do you any good." As I said to you, Strouf, yesterday on the show, let me introduce you to Elton Jenkins, who went to multiple Pro Bowls as a left guard, and all he wanted was existing money in his contract to have some of it guaranteed, and they wouldn't do that for him. And obviously now he's in Cleveland. Like I would argue that Keyshawn has every right to hold out, and I would also argue that it's not going to work, so there's no point in trying.
And I would also argue that the Packers and Brewers have both been pretty smart with getting the most out of players and then moving on from them, at the right time. So it's tough to argue.
One of those teams wins their division, the other one doesn't, though.
So you're on a Packers are not achieving kick, huh?
I think it's fair to say the Packers are underachieving. Yes, I do. Like, I think if you're a Wisconsin sports fan,
they overachieved in Jordan Love's in that first year when they beat the Cowboys. That was clear overachieving.
Yes, that one game was them overachieving. That season in general.
No,
and I'm a Jordan Love fan.
No, but making the playoffs.
Jordan Love is better than a lot of Packers fans give him credit for.
Making that playoffs that year was overachieving. That was an overachieving
year. Then
year.
These last 2 years have been what?
The next year, I would say then, because they were ahead of schedule, the next year was kind of about right. Last year was underachieving, but I feel very justified with Parsons, Kraft, with the injuries.
I'm just amazed at the difference of leash that Wisconsin sports fans extend to the Green Bay Packers that they don't extend to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, that I agree with.
So we're saying, okay, so injuries is an excuse, right? Well, the Bucks won a championship 5 years ago.
Right.
And then they never had their best players healthy for a playoff run, and fans are like, well, we got to move on. This idea that you don't want the Bucks to be a 6 or a 7 or an 8 seed every year and then get bounced from the playoffs, but that's success for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
That's a really good that was an excellent point.
That was almost Gabe-like, right, Jason?
I was just about to say I thought maybe it was Gabe.
Jason, real quick, before we let you go, I got to ask you, Matt LaFleur caught the stray in that comment we just read. Underpaid, underrated, and tough as nails. The polar opposite of Matt LaFleur. I'll go to Strouf first because he's more as the feel of the average Packers fan. Like, I feel like that's a real feeling. And is it because he gets his haircuts and he doesn't take his shirt off like Ben Johnson? Is that what this is about? Because I don't see on the field stuff that, like, to me is fair on this.
Well, I'm probably a bad person to ask here because I'm very pro LaFleur.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there is a solid chunk of the fan base that thinks he's soft and, to use Greg's word, has underachieved the last several years as a play caller and the figurehead of the team.
And I feel like, Greg, you're kind of like as pretty as him, so you guys are in like some club.
They are both terribly handsome. You're right.
I am actually like, yes, I think actually Matt LaFleur has overachieved. Like, I think he's overachieved as a head coach. You want to give anybody credit for how this team has performed since he got there with Rodgers, and then after Rodgers left, and his ability to elevate Jordan Love into what he is. Yeah.
And you're saying he's got this Keyshawn Nixon, he's having to be his number one corner and like all that kind of stuff.
He's given the players that he's given, and he's turned Christian Watson and Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden. We're talking about, and Tucker Kraft. We're talking about this offense. I've heard Jason earlier this week on ESPN Milwaukee talking about how the Bill Barnwell rankings are about past history, but what this group can be really elite within the offensive weapons
section.
By the way,
I actually only heard I was in Chicago listening to them break down those rankings. I never heard what were the Packers' skill position ranked in that.
All right, so this was wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. It does not include the quarterback. The Bears were 15th with Colston Loveland, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, and Monangai.
And by the way, the Bears, like the ESPN Chicago guys, were outraged. Like they thought they were going to be easily top 8 before it was actually said. So, okay, so that was where the Bears are. Where were the Packers?
17th.
Yeah.
And again, none of those guys has had a 1,000-yard season as a pass catcher. I understand why they are where they are. But when I look at those players, I think if you were to do the same ranking at the end of the season, and again, this feels like a caveat we say to everything we talk about these days with this team, but if they are healthy all season, I would argue that the Kraft, Watson, Reed, Golden, Josh Jacobs group is going to be much better than 10th.
See, I could see that argument. I would put the Packers ahead of the Bears ahead of the Packers today. If you take all those.
I'm okay. I don't have a problem with that.
Right, because I think the Bears' tight end room overall you could argue is right there with Tucker Kraft and maybe even ahead from a depth standpoint. I think the running backs, again, they were all at 4.5 yards a carry last year, and they were solid. I don't know if that's because their offensive line and their receivers are equally accomplished.
Yeah.
But I could see
they moved on from DJ Moore, though.
Yeah.
I could DJ Moore would be the most accomplished of their group.
Yep. Totally, and Odunze kind of fizzled as the season went on.
Not kind of.
Yeah. So I could see them being pretty, but Burden looked like he was like the best player in the NFL like the last 3 weeks. So I see them pretty even right now. I could see that. Let's sneak in Cheesehead Bucky. You're on Sunday, Karma. Morning, Bucky.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, so just listening here, comparing the Bucks, being a 6 seed and failing, and the Packers being a success, I find it hard to believe that you could talk to any Packer fan and say last year or the year before was a success.
Greg,
so making the playoffs is not the goal of the Packers.
So why is there such a larger belief in the Packers than there is in the Bucks these last 5 years? Or is there not?
I mean, to be honest, I live in Madison, so it's a little bit different. I don't know a lot of Bucks fans, to be honest with you. Like, I think that's more of like a Milwaukee thing than it is like a state thing. But as far as the Packers go, I think that they see what the team has and the potential that the team has. Like Wilde often says, that team was 9-3-1 at Denver, pretty much up 14 points until their best player gets hurt, and then the season kind of crumbles after that. I mean, we forget that Zach Tom was out. I mean, Cooper got hurt in the game. So, like, I know excuses are excuses, right? But if that team stays 100% healthy, I don't think there's no way we don't win the division, and where the playoffs take us, the playoffs take us.
So, Cheesehead Bucky,
I don't think
Bucky.
Go ahead.
Let me ask Bucky something real quick, Greg. All right, so because this was something I brought up on our show yesterday from Summerfest. The Packers, with those injuries, which you clearly listen to us a lot because you just gave verbatim what I say all the time. So thank you for your loyalty to our shows. If the Packers don't melt down in Chicago and they hold on to win that playoff game and then they advance, they would have played the Seahawks instead of the 49ers playing the Seahawks. The Seahawks beat the 49ers 41-6. If everything else is the same, but the Packers beat the Bears in that playoff game, which they were leading 21-3, they go to Seattle and lose by the exact same score, 41-6.
No, Jason, they wouldn't have lost that way. Let's just say they lose. Let's just say they lose 30-20. Let's say they lose 30-20.
Let's just say they get their tails kicked pretty good. Do you view the season any differently? Because I think it's all about, and even if that had been a playoff loss to somebody else, it wouldn't be nearly as damaging to how people view LaFleur, how they feel about the season, if it hadn't been the Bears. So put the Packers in Seattle having advanced and then getting their butts kicked by whatever score you choose. How differently would you see last season?
So I'm going to go back to something that's often said on your show by Tausch. There's one goal in Green Bay, and that's to win a Super Bowl. And if we don't win that Super Bowl, it's a failure. And the last 16 years have been a failure for this organization. There's no, we made it to the second round. That's not the goal of this franchise. We're not called Tiger Town.
Wait, I'm going to go with something Giannis said. No, there's no such thing as failure. Failure's going to come. Bucky, we need 2 yes or no's from you. Do you like Keyshawn Nixon?
I like what he stands for. I don't necessarily like that Good has him as our number one corner.
Okay, I think that's a smart, nuanced opinion, which I like. And then, what do you think of LaFleur? Do you like LaFleur as the head coach?
I love Matt.
Yeah.
I love Matt.
Yeah. All right. See,
hey, Bucky. Last thing, I think now's the time for you to get on the Bucks bandwagon. Come on down to Milwaukee. This is gonna be a tough, gritty team. It doesn't sound like you're from Wisconsin. Sounds like you're from somewhere in the South, right?
Cheesehead Bucky.
Cheesehead Bucky.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way. Are you
from Madison, Wisconsin?
You're from Madison, Wisconsin. Does he not sound like he has a Southern accent? Am I crazy?
I think you're crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I think you've been in Milwaukee. I mean, Greg, who went to Wisconsin in Madison.
I lived in Madison for longer than anywhere else.
Bucky, 10-game package. You will be hooked. You'll be hooked. I'm telling you. Jump on board now. Thanks for the call, Bucky. Jason Wilde, appreciate you joining us.
He had a southern draw. He had a southern draw.
Like you're saying Stoughton, maybe?
Like, come back with his voice and tell me that he did not sound like he's from down south.
You're saying maybe, Janesville.
I mean, he kind of talked like this, did he not?
I didn't say, like
I don't hear it.
Monroe, maybe? Oh, wait, cheese. Oh, cheese.
He's a cheesemaker.
Cheesemaker.
Right.
It's probably Monroe.
Could be Monroe.
I bet he's a Monroe guy.
I've met a lot of people from Madison, Wisconsin. I lived there for, 15 years
Do you
of
think
my
people
life.
from Monroe call themselves Madison, though?
If he grew up in Madison, then maybe his parents were from the South. There was something there.
From Monroe, though. Monroe, Wisconsin.
We can investigate.
All right, we will play his voice, and we will have AI listen to it, and we will have AI tell us.
Where he's from.
Can we listen? During the break, you can email me the clip, and I'll have AI play it and say, where is this person from based on the accent? This is the first time we will inject artificial intelligence into Sunday Karma as we continue to find out if Greg is right, that Bucky actually sounds like a Southerner. This is going to be huge stuff.
Below the Mason-Dixon line, that's what I'm saying.
The one thing I could say is Wisconsin is anything is Gruber Law Offices, where it is one call, that's all, because it's been over 40 years. Thanks, Jason, by the way.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
Gruber Law Offices, family-owned, has been here for over 40 years, helping tens of thousands of Wisconsinites when you're going through something. Like, no one's ever like, oh, I'd love to work with Gruber Law Offices one day. Like, think about that. Think about being like this incredible company that's helping so many people, but they only actually work with you when you are injured, when something happens that you weren't planning for and that you were hoping never would happen. And that's why one call, that's all so meaningful, because when you're going through something that was unplanned, unexpected, you know that first call can be to Gruber Law Offices, and then it's all taken care of. It doesn't mean it's going to be quick. It doesn't mean it's going to be over. It means that your worries can be over because they're going to help you because they've done it so many times for so many people, and they will do everything it takes to get the job done. And that's why if you or a loved one's ever injured, remember, it's one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices. We will break down Bucky and hear what AI has to say about Bucky, and we'll also answer that question, was I'm not leaving a lie or not? Defend your answer without being a horrible suck-up. It is a juicy Sunday Karma. Hit us up on the talk and text line with Carbless, 800-990-ESPN. That's 800-990-3776. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Maybe your summer sounds like country. Maybe it sounds like rock. Maybe it sounds like pop or hip hop. However your summer sounds, you'll find it at Summerfest. With hundreds of artists, great food, lakefront views, and unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone. Summerfest, Milwaukee's World Festival. 3 weekends, one incredible summer tradition. Get tickets and see the lineup at summerfest.com. That's summerfest.com.
Outfitting your team? Planning an event? That's a whole lot of moving pieces, and your custom apparel shouldn't be one of the headaches. At Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more, you get more than just printed shirts. You get a local partner who helps you design it, order it, and gives you the confidence that will all come together on time. From team gear to company events, no job is too big. Big Frog delivers quality, guidance, and a smooth experience from start to finish. Skip the guesswork. Go local. Come see us in Mequon or just jump online. bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball. And Discount Liquor is here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we've been your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. This baseball season, make plans to stop by Discount Liquor because when the division rivals from Chicago visit, the more booze, the better. With a selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town, Discount Liquor has got you covered. We are your one-stop shop this baseball season. Discount Liquor, 2 locations. In Milwaukee on 51st and Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin believes in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. Because a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. Pella never inflates pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. Summer is here, and if your home already feels warmer than it should, your windows could be working against you. Right now, buy 4 windows, you get 4 free. That's one of the biggest offers of the year. Plus, you'll get 48 months of 0% interest financing, same as cash. Call 414-410-2000 or visit UniversalWindowsDirect.com to schedule your free estimate today. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months of interest-free payments, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at AnnexWealth.com.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
There's one goal in Green Bay, and that's to win a Super Bowl. And if we don't win that Super Bowl, it's a failure. And the last 16 years have been a failure for this organization. There's no, oh, we made it to the second round. That's not the goal of this franchise.
Oh, come on. That's not the goal of this franchise. You're telling me that sounds like somebody from the metropolis of Madison, Wisconsin? No,
You're saying they're not from Park?
There's
like
a
from
draw
Park Street
there.
or Willie Street?
Draw there.
Strophy?
There's a little draw there.
Yeah,
for sure.
see, exactly.
Wait,
I'm on board.
Wait, Strophy, you're from Green Bay.
I am, yes.
You're saying, because you're the only native among us.
Yeah, that didn't sound like your typical Wisconsin accent.
There was a lot. There was some.
I don't know. We need him to call back in and say the word bag. That will tell us everything we need to know.
Well, you didn't say it like a Wisconsin person.
Bag.
You're supposed to say big.
Big.
Yeah.
So AI, I have 4 different AI models.
Okay.
Working on this right now.
Do you have results?
So I have a result from Grok.
No, this is
who says the accent. Let's see. Most likely from Wisconsin, specifically the Milwaukee or broader upper Midwest Great Lakes region. This accent often includes somewhat flat or nasal quality, raising of certain vowels, e.g. bag, sounding more like bag, coffee like coffee, coffee, I don't know.
Are you going to tell
distinct
the bias?
O sounds, words like Wisconsin pronounced with emphasis on the con and the sin, common phrases and intonations, but it's very clearly a Wisconsin accent. So I said back to it, if you didn't know the name was Cheesehead Bucky, would you still have said that? And AI said to me, honestly, I leaned heavily on your file name and your Milwaukee location. I don't have the ability to listen to an audio clip.
It's the problem with AI. Just lies right to your face.
Yeah, it really does.
I was trying to plan a family vacation through it yesterday, and it was like, there was a direct flight from O'Hare to this place. And all of a sudden, it's like, no, there's actually not. And then I said, but you told me that there was. Oh, yes, good job catching me in a lie. And just, what are we doing here?
So the other, that was from Grok. I have Claude. I have ChatGPT. Oh, I don't have Google Gemini working on it. So I only have 3.
Yeah.
By the way, the reason I'm saying I don't have it is because the other 3 have all failed. They all said, one of them said if it was a video clip, they could have done it. Like, so maybe we could pull the YouTube. So that.
Are you sure they're not just lying to your face about the video?
Wait,
clip?
Cheesehead Bucky's back.
Yeah,
Cheesehead Bucky's back.
He's calling in to defend his honor.
Okay, so he's not Cheesemaker Bucky.
It's also not to defend his honor. There's nothing wrong with having a Southern draw. I'm just saying that.
So Greg is, you are all in that Cheesehead Bucky. You would almost guarantee that he has at least a parent who originates from south of the Mason-Dixon line.
Correct. And we might have to explain what the Mason-Dixon line is to Strouf. I'm not sure.
Chef Ed says absolutely no draw. And Strovey, you're saying there's a draw.
I'm team draw. Yeah, I'm team draw.
So you're saying there will be a southern
There will be some sort of Southern origin. I won't go as far as
you're not saying he rooted.
Say.
You're not saying he rooted against the North in the Civil War.
No, but maybe one of his.
You're saying he may have been part of a parlay.
Yeah, right.
All right, we bring in Cheesehead Bucky for probably the single biggest moment we're going to have on this show today. Cheesehead Bucky, do you in fact have a parent who originated from south of the Mason-Dixon line?
No. My whole family is from Madison, Wisconsin.
I mean, the way that you just said that drips like Tennessee or Kentucky or something.
What about your grandparents included here, Cheesehead?
He did hesitate.
Have you been told this
Wait, I
before?
believe there's a hesitation there. Wait, I think there's something coming here. I think there's a but.
So my grandpa
Wait. The way you just said grandpa.
Yeah.
The way you said grandpa, you're
said,
from Mississippi, I think.
Well, so look, I'm born and raised in Madison. So are my parents. My grandma went to Madison East High School, the same as I did.
Go Perk Alders.
My grandpa is from Florida, but I mean he's been in Wisconsin, 20 years before I was even born. So And I think the problem is if you really go up north, Wisconsin, they sound like they're from Canada.
Right. I think your point is that Madison is not like a Wisconsin accent. Madison's more like the U.S., and like where Strouf's from is more like Canada.
Well, is Green Bay up north to you? She said, Bucky, is somebody from the southern part of the state.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I know people from Green Bay, even Wausau. I'd say Wausau up is probably considered up north.
I feel like I'm talking to like somebody who's straight from the South.
Rodeo
like,
Jim?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bucky,
like
who do you root for in the Alabama-Auburn game in the Iron Bowl each year?
I don't root for anybody besides the Wisconsin Badgers.
He's never met a Bucks fan.
Has anybody ever told you sound like you're from the South?
So it's funny that you say that because the only time I ever heard that was at a Brewers game.
So you think it's like a Milwaukee thing?
When he was in Milwaukee, where he almost met a Bucks fan. He almost met a Bucks fan.
What high school did you go to in Madison?
Madison East, he said.
You just said go Pergolders.
Oh, no. His
grandmother
grandmother and his parent. Yeah. Did you go to the East also?
And yeah, I went to East.
Yeah.
I went to Madison East.
I lived in that school district. Nobody sounds like you.
I mean, I think you should come hang out with me sometime. We can see.
I mean, I lived in Madison for 15 years.
By the way,
my
Chef
roommates
Ed
in
says
college
no draw.
We're all from.
Wait, let's just have a few quick calls here, and let's see what the chat is saying.
He's definitely a big
YouTube.
country music fan, that's for sure.
Carblitz talking text line 800-990 ESPN. It's 800-990-3776. Give a call right now. Does Bucky sound like he is from the South, or is Greg completely delusional on this? I am now on Team Greg here. I was not the first time around, but Grandpa, he had me at Grandpa.
Yeah. Do we have a caller?
No.
Oh,
you're just asking for the calls.
I mean,
now.
grandpa, my grandma. Like, I feel very confident about where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay, let's line them up. I think I want to go best of 5 at least on this so that we're scientific. I believe best of 5 is what science has said is completely scientific. So please give a call now, 800-990-ESPN. 800-990-3776. Strouf is from Green Bay. Scalzo and I are not natives. Are we wrong to think that is a Southern accent and not a Wisconsin accent that we are hearing from Cheesehead Bucky? Give a call, and we'll take your calls when we return. It is Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union. On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful. For your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
Homer here for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn-out windows could be the culprit. Upgrade yours now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine new energy-efficient windows and getting half of them free. Plus, you could even get no money down, no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation and ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at WalneyLegal.com.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Hey, this is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Download the new ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Alex Strouf for my friends at Door County Distillery. I think that's technically up north, Door County. I think that counts as up north. Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally up north in beautiful Door County, in Carlsville, to be exact. Whiskeys, gins, vodkas, rums, all the best stuff, award-winning, affordable, and local. Support local business because they are the best. If you're heading up to Door County this summer, beautiful time to visit Door County. Make sure you check them out. Do the tours, do the tastings, check out the exclusive product. And if not, bring Door County to you wherever you are. Milwaukee, Madison, any of the in-betweens. Door County Distillery, available wherever great booze is sold. And their website features a whole bunch of unique cocktail recipes that are really fun to make. Maybe you're grilling out, having a little date night. DoorCountyDistillery.com is your place to do. Find the retailer nearest you, as well as a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com.
I'm born and raised in Madison. So are my parents. My grandma went to Madison East High School, the same as I did.
Continuing on Sunday Karma, we will get to the big question on. Let's see. There's a lot of text here to sort through.
I'm born and raised in Madison.
Oh, play that.
I'm born and raised in Madison.
That is not.
So are my parents. My grandma went to Madison East High School.
I mean, that is somebody who is from the South.
Yeah, we will get
it sounds like they're from the South. I'm not accusing him of lying, for the record.
And we will get to the one question was, I'm not leaving a lie or not. Defend your answer without being a horrible suck-up. We will get to that about Giannis when he posted the Wolf of Wall Street quote and said he wasn't leaving. But first, we need to go best of 5. Is that voice you just heard a Southern voice? Is Cheesehead Bucky, does he have a Southern accent despite telling us he is from Wisconsin? His family is from Wisconsin, and everyone's Wisconsin. We are going to hit Wisconsin to get that answer. Give us a call right now. Play it one more time just so people can be listening. We need you to call right now. Is this voice, does it have a Wisconsin accent or is this a Southern accent?
I'm born and raised in Madison. So are my parents. My grandma went to Madison East High School, the same as I did.
Is that a Wisconsin accent or a Southern accent? Call now, 800-990-ESPN. It is 800-990-3776 on the Carbless Talking text line. We start out with Jason, who's in Sheboygan. Jason, where's that accent from? Is that Wisconsin or the South?
Hey, first of all, Craig, I miss talking to you on Sundays. Check your email tomorrow. Number 2 is that's 100% Wisconsin accent. Number 3, I went to high school in Plymouth. That's where your Carbless founder is from and making his stuff. So I feel really good. But no, that's 100% a Wisconsin accent. So I don't know what you guys thought. And Giannis is a liar.
There you go.
You have a Wisconsin accent.
Thanks. I mean, he's saying you don't know an accent from Wisconsin. All right. You might have more help. We talked to Gary, who's Scalzo's biggest fan. Gary, where are you calling from?
Well, I'm running through Missouri at the moment.
Okay. Now, where are you from originally?
Okay. I was born in Ohio, went to the military, spent a lot of time down south. And then I moved up to Wisconsin in 84.
Okay.
But my family's from the South. My dad originated Oklahoma, my mom in Texas. And y'all don't know. I'm sorry, that's Wisconsin.
Gary!
Buddy.
Gary!
Scalzo.
Greatest laugh ever. Gary, come on, man.
Scalzo's biggest fan goes against Scalzo there?
Hey, Scalzo, buddy, gotta keep it real. I'm sorry.
Always gotta keep it real.
Like I said, my family's from the South. So, no, I'm sorry, dude.
You didn't hear
Wisconsin.
that my grandpa, my grandma from Cheesehead Bucky?
No, look here. He never said anything about he was fixing to do something. He never said y'all. No, I'm sorry, dude. No.
All right.
Can't do it.
If Scalzo's
Love you,
biggest
Gary.
fan, if Scalzo's biggest fan can't even support Scalzo, then forget it. I'm a little nervous about what's going to be in my email on Monday. Okay. One question was, I'm not leaving, a lie or not? Defend your answer without being a horrible suck up. I assume that question was directed at you, Greg.
Was it a lie or not? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't technically a lie, but it was dishonest, right? And I think that when you talk about honesty, you could still be dishonest without directly lying. And I think that's ultimately what Giannis was doing. It's just, he knew that it was very possible he would be leaving. In that moment, technically, he wasn't. He wanted to. He was demanding to leave. And so he was choosing to be dishonest in the moment without telling a direct lie, which to me is still being dishonest and ultimately lying.
Strophy?
Yeah, I think
you're with Greg on that.
I think Greg nailed it.
Yeah.
I don't think the
Yeah.
intention was to lie, but ultimately that's what it turned out.
And as somebody who's been rumored to be going other places before in my career, I could go out and put out a Wolf of Wall Street quote and say, I'm not going anywhere. But if I don't actually know that that's true, even if it's true in that moment, that's me being dishonest.
And by the way, like Giannis, would you say like part of why you could say you're putting that out is it's not totally your choice, right? Like, hey, if I'm not offered another role, I don't know if I'm going to go somewhere else. So it's kind of my decision, but it's not kind of my decision because that's where I would land. I think that for Giannis, he was in that moment like feeling like he could say that because he's like, hey, I'm under contract, so if the team doesn't trade me, I'm not going anywhere. Don't you think that's what?
I think that's you sucking up.
But don't you think that's why he did it?
No, I think that he loves to be liked and he loves to be loved, and he thought that this would like make him loved by the fans. But if at the same time, if you were to believe the reporting from ESPN, from all the people you would trust the most,
and I do believe that reporting.
That at the same time this was happening, his agents were telling the Bucks that he wasn't willing to sign the extension come October 1st, so they better trade him. He knew that he wouldn't be here.
There was a lot of intentional upkeep of public persona.
I think there's something in there where he didn't think the Bucks had the guts to trade him.
But then he was going to not sign the extension.
Right. They didn't,
So then
they
he
didn't have a
wasn't
choice.
staying.
No, I think
The
he would.
I'm not
By the way,
leaving
I
going
still
anywhere
believe
means that I'm here forever.
I still believe he would have signed the extension.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I don't
Wait,
believe that.
Stroufy, you don't think he would have?
I agree with Craig on this. Actually,
I think he likes money too much, and I think if it would have been ugly, it would have been bad for the organization. It would have been another year of yuckiness. But
well, so you're saying had they not traded him or allegedly traded him this week, right?
Yeah.
It goes through. I think next Monday is July 6th. So let's say they never come to terms with the Heat or the Celtics or anybody. He's still a Milwaukee
I'm saying if they
Buck.
didn't even talk to anyone.
Right,
They're like,
yeah,
hey,
right.
we're going to rebuild. Like, we're not a championship team right now. We recognize that. We tried the miles. We waved and stretched Dame.
So come October 1, they slap that contract in front of him. You think he signs it happily?
I don't know
didn't say
about happily. Yeah. I'm just saying if you had actually played that out. Now, by the way, at that point, does he then demand a trade publicly? I think then that would have happened. I think that would have been the breaking point where he'd be like, this team has ignored everything I'm saying behind closed doors.
Yeah, but given what we've seen, it seems like that was something he was never going to do, was demand a trade publicly. And that may have been his only option had we gotten there.
Even you getting to that point, though, shows that he wasn't being honest when he said, I'm not bleeping going anyway.
Yeah.
If the end of this is no, I'm trying to leave, that is dishonest.
Yeah, right. I agree with that. I think I would say it was dishonest. I would say he convinced himself it wasn't dishonest, like the way in his mind, but I would agree. Yes.
Not.
No, I agree. No,
Yeah.
I'm saying I believe it was dishonest, but I think that's probably where he got to with it.
Yeah.
Because I think, again, whether you believe a third of the reporting that's out or you believe any of it, like including the idea that his destinations were kind of chosen by him because teams were only going to give up a certain amount if he was willing to sign an extension with those teams, right?
Correct.
So that's a pretty significant thing. And by the way, there's a lot of opportunities where Giannis could have just said after Jimmy Haslam said that, like, of course I'll sign the extension.
Correct.
I've signed the extension every time. If they're willing to offer me a max contract, of course I'll sign the extension.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of opportunities to do that. The man who originated that question, the man who said one question was, I'm not leaving a lie or not, defend your answer without being a suck up. His name is Nathan, and we are going to talk with him directly when we continue. This is a spicy Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed.
Mamma mia!
Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Your premier Michigan golf getaway includes rounds at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Book Monday through Wednesday for best availability. Savor elevated dining and unwind at the full-service Drift Spa between rounds. Grab quick bites in the expanded Sage Run Clubhouse or refresh overlooking the 9th and 18th at Sweetgrass. It's all part of an unforgettable golf experience at Island Resort and Casino. Plan your getaway at islandresortgolf.com.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and builds spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations, people lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
What is dedication?
My daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. If there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around, and I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanting to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
One call, that's all. Gruber Law Offices committed to this community. Coming up 4th of July, you'll see Gruber Law Offices around so many community things, and the giving back is incredible because they're a business where they only get paid if you win. Nationally recognized, locally and family owned, committed so deeply to this community for over 40 years. Only office right here in Wisconsin and here for you. So if you or a loved one's ever injured, remember it is one call, that's all with Gruber Law Offices. We're going to talk to Nathan real quick on the talk and text line. First, this is one of my favorite things that I've ever seen. Comment, caller is 100% right on. It's from YouTube. 1 second later, scratch that. Caller is a moron. That is in a nutshell. No Kyle today. Wedding is more important than Sunday karma. Yes, congratulations to Kyle who gets married. Off the talk and text line, there's a comment. Was Ryan Braun one of the groomsmen in Kyle's wedding? Stroufy? I did not show up for the ceremony, so was Ryan Braun?
I was also not at the ceremony.
Oh, okay. So we're not
Great
sure.
wedding guest you guys
well,
are.
we did see the Grand March.
Yeah, he was.
I did not see Ryan Braun. I feel like.
What do you mean the Grand March?
Have you never been to a wedding reception before?
I don't know if I've ever referred to it as a Grand March.
That's when everybody walks in.
Oh, I thought that's
what it's called.
Yeah.
What do you mean you've never referred?
Like when when the DJ comes on, they're like, "No,
hey, welcome to the wedding party."
Yeah. Never heard that called the Grand March.
That is 100%.
Oh, maybe that only happens in the South, Greg.
I don't know.
Sean says, did Bucky say ask or axe? That might be where we're getting the Southern drawl. Marv says, ask him how long it takes to cook his grits. Maybe cut my cousin Vinny style. We'll figure out real quick how Southern he is. Don also chimes in and says, Giannis wants to leave since last year. His preferred destination changed from New York to Miami this year. He was not leaving. And Nixon is mostly disliked because of his stupid penalties. He's an all-about-me person, not team first, based on the stupid penalties. I think we looked up. He had 15 penalties this year. 14 in 17 games.
Tied for the league lead.
So he did have a lot of penalties this year. And by the way, looking at that poll on YouTube, there are less than 40% of people like Keyshawn Nixon. let's bring in the guy who sent the text about Giannis that we've been discussing of, was Giannis lying when he put out the Wolf of Wall Street movie clip on social media saying he's not leaving? Morning, Nathan.
Good morning, guys. Couple bits of housekeeping. Congratulations, Kyle. No, he wasn't Southern. That was just a Wisconsin accent from the city.
Okay. But you guys are laughing. You both agreed with me.
Well, the grandpa.
Grandpa, my grandma.
That sounded a little southern.
The whole thing. You guys both went to Team Greg.
I was not with you. I converted to Team Greg when I heard him say grandpa.
I totally think he had a draw. I'm with you. I'm just laughing that Nathan's doing housekeeping at 11:44 a.m. That's funny.
All right, Nathan. Now let's talk about your Giannis opinions, because you had a great angle for us.
So, all emotion out of this, and I was really upset when I read that article. Kind of moved on past it now. It's something that struck a chord with me personally, and it's unfortunate that I have experience in this regard. What Giannis was doing is prototypical gaslighting, kind of synonymous with narcissistic personality disorder, where he'll tell everybody anything they want to hear because all he wants to do is be liked. I lived that for 15 years. Trust me when I say that's exactly what I see going on. He was lying through his teeth, and he knew he was lying when he was doing it, and he was okay doing it because, just like you just described in the previous segment, with all the excuses, well, at that very moment in time, I wasn't leaving, so it was true. No, the underlying meaning behind it was, I want to make sure everybody loves me all the time. So I will say and do anything that I have to make that happen, including lies straight through my teeth, while I'm actively working on doing the exact opposite of what I just said.
Yeah, where the connection's a little tough, but I'm not arguing with anything Nathan said there. I think it
I want to learn more about those 15 years, but we don't have time. We're a little too late in the show, I think.
I feel like we could almost do a separate pod, like an hour breaking
100%.
down, if Nathan would want to talk about it. I feel like there's a lot there. Let's sneak in Mark real quick. You're on Sunday Karma. Morning, Mark.
Good morning. I had to call in. I hit this on the head months ago, just like I hit it on the head with Aaron Rodgers. He's a diva. He's a snake. He was a snake since he got to Milwaukee. You think all those coaches just got fired and he didn't? Oh, I did not know about it. I did not know about it. I was eating a Euro. He knew about every single one of them. He's a snake, and I want that mural taken down. I don't want my children to be like that. Lying, deceiving, getting people fired, throwing people under the bus. That's not how I want to raise my children.
Is Mark a Bucks fan?
This is Mark, the famous Mark in New Berlin.
Yeah. Is he actually a Bucks fan?
Well, he's obviously not a sports fan of Wisconsin teams, because the two guys he named are the only two reasons there's been a championship in Wisconsin for the last 30 years.
30.
Since 1996, there's been two championships. It's Giannis and Aaron Rodgers.
So what does that have to do with him getting traded now?
I'm saying, should we be grateful for those two?
Great. Mr. Scalzo, when a person shows you who they are, that's who they are. And that's who Giannis is. That's who Giannis is. And Mr. Greg, how much you pay for your season tickets? Since you want everybody to buy season tickets.
That's you.
How much are those seats?
How
much are those seats?
My seats are
those through the company or are those through you?
Personal. They've been personally bought, and they cost a lot of money. And I'm fortunate to have the money to be able to invest in those. But there are very reasonably priced tickets available. I would. Now that the Diva's gone, Mark, you going to buy season tickets?
Are you kidding me? Why don't you buy another set for the fellas at the station so they can go?
Oh yeah, we have
tickets to the station.
AJ Green you want to see AJ Green on a Tuesday night?
He's not a narcissist. So what do you? So then, what, should we put a mural up of AJ Green? He's not a narcissist. He's a church-going guy who's dedicated to the community, who's committed. What do you want, Mark? Which one do you want? You gonna mock the players who have the core values? What do you want from us, Mark?
No, not the core values, the core talent. I'm talking about talent. You're going to really want to go see that? You're going to be giving those tickets away. You're going to be giving those tickets away left and right.
Ray Allen hasn't done it. Chris Middleton hasn't done it. Nobody's hit more three-pointers in the history of this team than A.J. Green. I'm not going to take that from you, Mark. Let's talk to Alan. You're on Sunday Karma. Good morning, Alan.
I don't think I've ever seen that vein pop before.
What? Your face is as red as a tomato.
Morning, Alan.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Good. What's up?
How you doing?
Hey, pretty good. I'll tell y'all real quick. I'm against paying attention to anything athletes say when asked about where they want to stay, and I'm also against even asking them the question in the first place, because people soon forget that athletes are just employees, and if you have any owner or manager or whatever walk around any horrible job on the face of the planet and ask, employees how they feel about their job, they're all going to say the same thing. Oh, it's great. I'm happy to be here. I hope to stay till I retire. And then as soon as that person walks away, they're going to tell their coworker or their friend on the phone or whoever, man, I hate this place. I can't wait to get out of here. Especially if the place across the street, like for me, I'm an IT person. I get recruits in my LinkedIn inbox all the time. I'm happy at my job. I don't want to go anywhere. But if the place across the street sends me an email saying they're going to pay me twice the money and lighten my workload, guess what? I'm out the door.
And Alan, is your point that because athletes are in that unique position to be asked about it, that when fans are fans of the jersey, that they have nothing to gain from being honest in that moment? So you're almost forced, based on the way the system's set up, to lie, or if you don't say anything, then you're going to be seen as being disloyal to the organization, even if you are miserable.
Basically, yeah, because, no matter, it's almost like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, because in one hand, you could want to stay, but it's not up to you if you do stay. Because, if a team is looking to Giannis could not have tried to orchestrate anything under the sun. But if, the organization feels like he's getting too expensive and they want to move on, kind of like the Jaylen Brown situation, they could want to keep him all they want. But nobody in their right mind wants to pay a guard $70 million. So when it gets to that point, they got to move him whether they want to or not.
Yeah, thanks for the call. Love that perspective, Alan. Greg, we won't talk too much Celtics, but would you argue that they would have looked to trade him either way had he not said the comments about, like, this was my favorite year and done the Twitch things? Like, they would have wanted to upgrade their team if they could get Giannis either way, the Celtics.
Yeah, of course. But they also are a team that gave him that extension that I don't think is going to actively, they don't feel like they need to trade him.
Yeah, and by the way, I think what Alan said is true for 99% of both employees and of NBA players. I don't know that his argument was true for Giannis, but I think what Alan said makes a ton of sense. Continue to discuss it and have our Palermo's picks when we continue on Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming.
I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, it's Brian Balaga. Find the Homer Hour on the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. It's that time.
Yes, it's finally here.
Craig makes his picks of the week.
You can bet the house on it.
Picks of the week on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin. Presented by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh my God. I texted Strouf. It was like the coolest thing I've ever seen. I'm leaving Kyle's wedding last night, and there's like a line of people outside that literally just showed up because they're all there to want to eat Screamin' Sicilian pizza. And the food truck is like, no. We're here for a private party. And Screamin' Sicilian showed up to Kyle Wallace's wedding last night with a food truck. And literally when people saw that, I mean, picture your Saturday night, 11 o'clock or whatever time in Milwaukee on Wisconsin Avenue. That is the reaction when people see pizza and when people see Wisconsin homemade pizza that's not from the South. Scalzo probably thinks it's from the South. He thinks everything from Wisconsin is Southern, apparently. No, I did agree with you briefly. Netflix pizza, they do the Screamin' Sicilian. They do Connie's. They do Urban Pie. They do it all. And the beauty is it is Wisconsin's pizza. So when you are supporting any of Palermo's brands, you are supporting Wisconsin, which is absolutely a fun and exciting thing. And right now, until June 30th, there's a 2-week buy one, get one free for Screamin' Sicilian at Pick and Save and Metro Market. That is thin and crispy or the original Screamin' Sicilian original. Buy one, get one free for a limited time. Love the Screamin' Sicilian. So make sure you head out to Pick and Save, or Metro Market. We have breaking news. Nathan, who we heard from and texted him, said, I would absolutely do a pod with you on the subject of narcissism and borderline personality disorder. It's something I hope people can learn from. I'm game if you are. Greg Scalzo, you threw it out. You're in?
I'm in, 100%. Yeah.
A one-on-one sit-down.
Long-form sit-down.
Greg Scalzo and Nathan will be scheduling this. Stroufy, would you listen to that pod?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm so in on that. I'm so in on that. Chef Ed says Greg must have watched Forrest Gump last night, and he's a little confused on the accent there. Might have been, right?
Great movie. I did not watch Forrest Gump last night.
John in Milwaukee says, if Giannis was successful last year in going to the Knicks, do you think the Knicks still win the championship? What do you think of that, Scals?
No shot.
No shot?
Maybe not no shot, but that Knicks team was put together, hit their stride perfectly. Giannis changes everything. Changes every dynamic on the floor.
It looks like you think they win the championship.
They probably still win it, as long as he's healthy.
Well, think about, though, Karl Anthony Towns would have had to have been gone. He stretched the floor. Giannis, as the big guy, doesn't stretch the floor. Does that allow Wemby to stay in the lane more? And does that totally change what they were doing?
The dynamic in that series is very different.
And then
Changes who they're playing in
Giannis's free throw shooting and Mitchell Robinson's free throw shooting.
So you say no?
I think it changes everything.
Changes everything.
Changes absolutely everything.
Does it change their team culture? Is it Jalen Brunson's team if Giannis is on the team? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a really, really interesting question. Well, thank you to everyone. This was as fun a show as we've had in a long, long time. And to have that much fun without Kyle, because Kyle's usually the fun of the show. Congratulations to the Wallaces on the wedding. Thanks to everyone for being a part of it. Want to just give one more shout out because I was just thinking about it. I am going to go home right now. And what am I going to do? I'm going to shoot some hoops, and then I'm heading back to Fiserv Forum for a card show, which is pretty awesome. But I'm going to be shooting hoops thanks to Precision Sports, local southeastern Wisconsin company that specializes in premium basketball hoops and custom home courts. Love it. They'll get it on the driveway for you. They'll figure out if you should affix it to something, if it should be permanent, if it should be portable. If you're making an investment like that, you should work with an expert, and especially an expert who works with the Dominator home system, which I use, which I absolutely love. But they have all the choices in the different price ranges for you.